Here we go. Happy Saturday morning, everybody. This is Mass Effect 2, and I've actually played this game a couple of times before, but I decided I love it so much I just want to go through it again as a build-up to doing Mass Effect 3. So I'm going to start a new character. Let's get logged in here and go from there. I believe I have the comic book extension. I didn't connect to the Cerberus network because I don't know my email and password, but if it'll still let me play the catch-up comic book, I can define some of my actions from Mass Effect 1, which would be great. Do we want veteran or normal? Let's do veteran. Do not auto-level up. No on sub... No, let's do yes on subtitles. Squad power usage, absolutely, and autosave, yes please. So I've had a great week this week, been really busy at work, but we are making a lot of progress, and we're at some really exciting times in our project. I build routing software, for people who don't know that. I work for a company named Aris. We build modems and software to support the cable industry.
Right. More than we could have hoped for.
Alright, I love these cutscenes, so I'm probably just going to listen for a while.
The truth.
And still, it's not enough.
Turn my volume a little bit here.
No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
But they're sending her to fight Geth. Geth? We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
You can probably hear Megan and Rowan downstairs. My daughter's
Council will
2.
never trust
She just
Cerberus.
discovered Weird
They'll
Al
never accept
Yankovic.
our help,
So
even
they're
after
having a blast
everything
this morning.
humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow her. She's a hero, a bloody icon. But she's just one woman. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose her.
You know, 2183 does not seem that far away from me now. Dates like that always used to seem so futuristic. But, you know, I'm 37 years old. I'm looking at 2015. I never imagined it would come around so quickly. I think 2183 will be here for Earth pretty fast. And I'm not sure we're going to have those spaceships. Of course, with the rise of cell phones, you never know how quick these things are going to move.
Disengaging FTL drives. Emission sinks active. Board is green. We are running silent.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner.
You know, I think this game's, 7 years old now?
Looks like a cruiser.
And it still looks
Has to be
beautiful.
known signatures.
Some games are just timeless that way.
Cruiser is changing course. Now on intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are engaged. There's no way a Geth ship could possibly...
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers!
Presley!
Kinetic barriers down. Multiple hull breaches. Weapons offline. Somebody get that fire out.
They're just getting owned here.
Shepard!
Distress beacon is ready for launch. Will the Alliance get here in time?
Oh, and I'm gonna go all bad, whatever it is, the opposite of the Paragon. Renegade.
I'm not doing
That's
this
what
just
it
so they
is.
can find our frozen corpses. Get everyone onto the escape shuttles. Joker's still in the cockpit. He won't evacuate. I'm not
I'll
ready.
get him.
Get to the damn shuttles! I'll haul Joker's crippled ass out of here.
I mean, there's just general chaos going on the ship here. Even though I know we're supposed to be in a hurry, I do like to take a chance to look around.
We've suffered heavy damage from an unknown enemy.
Somebody put time into this environment. And all the little subtleties, like the particle systems up there for the water spraying. And then this is just spectacular. Not quite an out-of-ship walk, but man. Again, supposed to be in a hurry, but I just have to stop and look up at that planet for a minute.
Come on, Joker. We have to get out of
We
here.
have to get out of here.
No, I won't
God, I'm
abandon
dry this
Normandy.
morning.
I can still save her.
Don't be stupid.
Normandy's dead, just like us if we don't get the hell out of here.
No, we just have to... Oh no. They're coming around for another attack. Watch the arm.
He's certainly dedicated. Wow. Goosebumps every time I play this bit. Absolutely fantastic. This and that scene from Gears of War 3, and if you've played it, you know the one I mean. And that haunting, simple theme that just sort of speaks to what just happened. I remember playing this for the first time, just like, what? Oh, that's it. Is that it? Am I dead? Yeah, here's the backstory comic. Okay, so we get to simulate the choices we would have made if we'd imported a character
Just another
from
routine
Mass Effect
mission.
1.
Why do they always say that before a mission? Of course it's routine. You haven't done anything yet. It's everything that happens along the way. The choices you make. The paths you choose. That turn the routine into anything but. Of course, that's how it started. A routine mission. Answering a distress call. And look where that got me. We were testing out the Normandy, Captain Anderson's new ship, when the distress call came in. An Alliance patrol on Eden Prime had been attacked. They'd seen something they couldn't explain. Whatever it was massive. I hit the ground with my lieutenant, Caden Alenko. Good kid.
Alenko!
Loyal, by the book, with a talent for biotics. We came across the lone survivor of the patrol, Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams. A soldier to the core. Tough, disciplined, ready to take on whatever came her way. Ashley joined up with us and took us to the spot where she lost her squad. that's when we saw.
This is such a great idea, too, for like a catch-up if you haven't played a prequel.
Like
You get to
nothing
run
I've
through a
ever
comic
seen.
book to make choices as though you'd
Massive.
imported your character.
Scorching the colony and everything around.
So I can get a little bit of a
it
head
blasted
start
away.
on who I would be.
We followed the path of destruction to an artifact, a beacon left by a long-dead race called the Protheans. The colony had dug it up, and whoever attacked them had tried to take it. Lieutenant Alenko made the mistake of getting too close. It hit him with some type of energy. I grabbed him and threw him out of the way. That's when it hit me. Hard. Every muscle in my body went rigid. I couldn't move, could barely breathe. Everything went black. And then I saw something. Vision. Dream. A nightmare. By the time I woke up, we were halfway to the Citadel on our way to meet the Council. I was expected to explain what I'd seen. Anderson came along. So did Udina, our political representative on the Citadel.
I mean, these comics, too, they remind me of, like, the
Those
comics
two
I read growing
heavyweights,
up.
It seemed reasonable we could persuade the Council that the ship we'd seen was a potential threat. As was the individual behind the attacks. The main suspect for the Eden Prime massacre was a Turian Spectre named Saren. He'd been seen by one of the survivors from the colony at Eden Prime, and there was some evidence to suggest that the ship was connected to Saren. But even Udina's pointed accusations weren't enough to convince the Council. They just couldn't believe one of their chosen elite Spectres could be guilty of something like that. They needed proof, which meant I needed proof. Fortunately, I wasn't alone in my search. Garrus, another Turian, wanted to help.
Oh yeah,
The top agent
Garrus.
for Citadel security. Despite orders from his superiors that he shouldn't get involved, he told me he was suspicious of Saren and he had some useful leads. More importantly, he was willing to share them. That led me to Rex, the biggest, nastiest looking Krogan bounty hunter I'd ever seen. He turned out to be more than just a brute. It was his intel that led us to a fugitive with incriminating evidence on Saren. The fugitive turned out to be an energetic little Quarian named Tali. A tech expert with a knack for hacking, she procured some information on Saren.
They're a great team, too.
Evidence
It's like so much
proves
diversity in the
Saren's
teams
dirty.
in Mass Effect.
Tali's evidence proved that Saren was responsible for the massacre on Eden Prime, and the immense warship we'd spotted was in fact Saren's flagship. But it went much further. Saren was trying to find a way to bring back a race of sentient machines from dark space. Machines allegedly responsible for cleansing the galaxy of all organic life. These Reapers were blamed for wiping out all life 50,000 years ago, including the Protheans, and disappearing back through the mass relays to dark space, leaving no trace that they'd ever been. That explained why Saren was after the beacon, and it made some sense out of my visions, but not much else. We couldn't convince the Council that the Reapers were a threat, but they agreed Saren had to be stopped. They stripped him of his Spectre status and gave me the honor of becoming the first human Spectre. My first task? Bring down Saren. Anderson decided to stay behind, giving up his ship, the Normandy. He told me I'd need it more than he would. He also pointed me in a direction. Liara, a Prothean expert, adept in biotics, and maybe most importantly, daughter of Benezia, Saren's top lieutenant. And like most Asari, as beautiful as she is intelligent, and born with a unique ability to meld with other species.
Seems kind
Liara
of
was able
useful.
to help
It's like
me
X-Men,
decipher
right?
some of the vision the beacon had given me. Nothing concrete, but it gave me some clues. And a new appreciation for the Asari. Her technique for accessing my vision was unexpected, but not at all unpleasant. Kaidan was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere with the mission.
Yeah, I think I've picked Kaidan in the past. I think I might...
I told Liara about how I felt. Apparently she felt it too. But we agreed we wouldn't let it get in the way of our mission.
We're
Finding
friends and
Saren.
lovers, woo! I think... I don't know, I've never actually played Mass Effect 1 all the way through. Tried on a couple of occasions, but I played 2 first, and just never quite got into 1 when I went back. I hear it's really good.
Insect-like creatures, the Rachni. He ordered Benezia to use the same technique Liara had used on me to extract information from the Rachni Queen. Queen's drones were everywhere, and they were not happy. We had to fight through hundreds of them to get to Benezia. By the time we arrived, Saren was gone, with the information. I tried to reason with Benezia, but Saren had indoctrinated her. He had somehow acquired the ability to control people's actions and wills. Benezia wouldn't surrender, and Liara was forced to watch her mother die in her arms.
Yikes.
And I was left with an angry, dangerous Rachni Queen to deal with. She claimed her drones would do no harm if I released her. But the Rachni had terrorized the galaxy before.
I think we'll kill her. I'm all renegade, like I
Take
say.
the chance. I had
I'm
a
gonna be
mission.
kicking people out of windows.
An army of angry Rachni would be one more problem I didn't have time to deal with. With Saren's top lieutenant dead, he was quickly running out of time and places to hide. I tracked him down at his base on Vermeer, but we soon learned it was more than a base of operations. It was a breeding ground. Saren was breeding an army of Krogan. He'd found a cure for the genophage, a disease in.
Oh yeah, the genophage, that's right. Reminds me of the phage from Voyager.
The Krogan Saren was breeding were slaves. Mindless beasts that obeyed Saren's will.
So there
I
was
had
this
to destroy
race
the
in
base and all its
Voyager that
research.
had the phage, a
Rex
disease that caused their bodies to sort of die internally. But what they'd done was decided
Rex
to
wanted the
take like
genophage cure
organs
for his
and body
people.
parts from other
I
people
tried to
around the
convince him to
galaxy
help
to
me
keep their
destroy
own
it.
lives
These
going.
Krogan weren't real.
It
But he wouldn't back
was
down.
very maudlin. I think we kill Rex.
He just couldn't be reasoned with, and I couldn't let the base be saved, even if it meant curing the Krogan. Saren had to be stopped. When we
Like I said, I'm
arrived
going to be
the
pretty
center of the
deadly. This
base,
team's going to get small
I
real
realized
fast.
just how close Saren was to completing his plan. He was already in communication with the Reapers. Sovereign, Saren's flagship we'd all assumed was just a ship, was a Reaper. It spoke to me, threatened me. I could feel the menace it had for every living thing. It wanted me dead. It wanted us all dead. And I knew it was capable of doing just that. What I couldn't understand was why Saren would help it.
Feels like there's other parallels here to Halo, for
There was no
example, as
time
well.
to think about
This
it.
idea of a
Sovereign
galaxy
knew where we
cleansing
were.
force.
We had to destroy the base and get the hell out. I split my team into 2 squads, sending Ash with one and Kaidan with the other as a distraction. We had a nuke and we planned to use it. Before we could detonate the bomb, Saren showed up. We fought. I stalled him to make time for my team. And in talking to him, I realized the truth. It wasn't Saren who was indoctrinating everyone. It was Sovereign, the Reaper. And Saren was in deeper than all of them. He tried to convince me he was still in control. Said he'd found a way to reduce the Reaper's influence, but he was kidding himself. Or believing the lies Sovereign was telling him. Before I could convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates. I tried, but I wasn't fast enough.
I mean, talk about tough choices, man, right off
Only
the
saved
bat.
one of them.
Oh, man, I think I'm going to save Kaidan.
Ash was a good
Sorry,
friend
Ashley.
and a great soldier. But I had to choose. And I chose Kaidan. That was the last time Saren would slip away from me. I knew then. The next
So
time
just before we get started here, I'm going to get some more water.
die. With my team mostly intact, we chased Saren and his army to Ilos, a long-lost planet that had once belonged to the Protheans. As we prepared for what we knew would be a desperate fight, I spoke to my crew. We were just one ship, against Saren's growing army. I assured them all that despite the odds, we could defeat him. But Liara saw through my words. She knew I was hurting after Ash's death. She could sense my doubts. We both knew this mission could be our last. Until that moment, we put our feelings aside for the sake of the mission. But why wait? We gave in to each other. And it was perfect.
While it lasted.
We arrived on Ilos close behind Saren. Once on the planet, we discovered a Prothean databank that helped me put the final pieces of my vision together. The Reapers had come 50,000 years ago, and every 50,000 years before that, each time purging the galaxy of life. The Protheans had fought and died like every species.
That's a lot of
before them,
Reapers.
but a few survived long enough to leave a parting gift. The Protheans had discovered that the Citadel was the key to controlling the mass relays. By sabotaging the Citadel, they found a way to close the relays to Darkspace, slowing the Reapers' return, giving us the time we needed to find a solution to stop the Reapers, once and for all. Saren knew this. He was leading his army to take control of the Citadel and re-establish the relays to Darkspace, bringing the waiting Reapers here to destroy us all. We followed him to the Citadel. It was intact, but heavily damaged. He'd caught the Council fleets by surprise, and they were only now regrouping. And with Sovereign as his flagship, there was little hope that the fleets could counterattack with enough strength to take back the
Yeah,
Citadel.
and that's
but
one
Saren was
Reaper.
done running, and I was done chasing him. As the Alliance and Council fleets battled Saren's army outside the Citadel, I cornered the Turian bastard in the Citadel tower and confronted him. He died believing that the Reapers would save him. As I fought to regain control of the Citadel, the Council's flagship, the Destiny Ascension, fell under attack. Despite Saren's death, Sovereign and Saren's army continued to fight. The Council was aboard the Destiny Ascension and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our Human Alliance fleet in jeopardy.
Sacrifice the Council.
The Council could be replaced.
Death to everyone.
Fleets were needed
I just want to see
now
what a
if we
full
were gonna
Renegade
keep
track
Sovereign.
opens up in terms of options.
Even with the Citadel back in my control, Saren defeated and the Normandy leading the combined galactic fleet. The battle against Sovereign, a single Reaper, was relentless. It took the combined fleets of humanity and the other races, but in the end, Sovereign fell. The costs were immense. While humanity's efforts in the war earned us our first seat on the Council, it was a hollow victory. The Reapers were still out there. I knew the fight was far from over, but as the one who'd led the fight against Saren, I was given new responsibilities. The choice of humanity's first counselor was left to me to decide. On the one hand, Udina, a lifetime politician, ruthless and ambitious. He would easily navigate the political landmines that would soon be placed before him. The other choice, Captain Anderson, the career soldier. Tough but fair. But a friend, and someone I could trust.
I think I'll
Both
go with
great
the
leaders in
friend,
their own
actually.
right.
Gonna go with Captain Anderson.
Anderson didn't want the job, which was a sure sign he'd be perfect for it. No ambition to get in the way. The war was over. The threat had passed. In time, the Council would rebuild itself. The Citadel could be repaired. Even the pain of lost friends would fade. But none of that mattered if the Reapers were still out there. And if they were all as powerful as Sovereign, we had to find a way to stop them. I had to find a
Absolutely.
way. I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned cleanup duty, routing out any remnants of Saren's army. Just another routine mission.
Just beautifully done. All games need to come with that when they're sequels now. And the ability to import your character. That should just be a thing. So I think this segment's going to be just mostly this
Commander
intro,
Shepard has been recovered.
and I'll get my character
The
set up.
Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
Then I'll take a short break and come back, and we can get into the first mission. Wouldn't it be amazing if this sort of technology could exist? Like we saw in Deus Ex with the, genetic mutation stuff. Augmentation, I should say. And then here in Mass Effect, where they're like literally bringing somebody dead back to life. I mean, it seems plausible. I know there's necrosis and tissue dies, but surely there's something still. Excuse me, thought I needed to sneeze. Yep, there it was. Well, hello there, Rowan.
You look for Bootin?
Yes, it's a green curtain, isn't it? It's my green screen.
Oh, yes. It's a hair.
Do you want to come say hi?
Yeah. Hi. What are you doing in here?
playing my game, Ro.
What this is?
This is called Mass Effect 2. We're just about to build our character.
Okay, I'm help you.
Absolutely. What should we call our character? What name should we use?
I'm Hatta.
Hatta?
Ha.
How about Hattie?
Hattie?
Hattie Shepherd.
I thought he said for me.
That's the name that we picked. You said Hatta. And I said, well, that's close to Hattie. Let's do our customizations, okay?
Okay, Mommy, can I help you?
Absolutely. I would love your help.
Okay, you have some glasses and your eyes?
Should we put some glasses on? Okay.
And your eyes.
On my eyes. You want me to put my glasses on?
Ha.
Alright, here's my gunners.
Is that honest?
These are great.
Oh.
There we go. What do you think?
Stuff are perfect.
They're perfect.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
And made them.
You like them.
I made them.
You made them for me. Thank you. I kind of like this as a starter.
They're pizza.
Yeah, do you see yourself over here on the screen? Yeah, can you look straight into that and say, hello,
Hello.
who are you?
Rowan.
How old are you?
2.
Aw,
Love you.
I love you too.
Yeah. Those are some glasses for you.
They are my glasses.
Oh, what you doing right here?
I'm still making my character, sweetheart.
I'm going to help you, your tata.
Should we do, which skin tone do you like?
Face. Face.
This one?
I like this one.
What color eyes do you think we should have?
Black eyes.
Black?
And blue and white.
Oh, let's do blue and black and white. There we go. We got the little black pupil and the blue iris. And I never know what the white bit's called. So we'll call that the white bit.
Glasses.
And we are going to be
Glasses.
an infiltrator. I think I've always played as an infiltrator, and I like those.
What's those?
What have you been doing with Mommy this morning, Rowan?
I was doing car.
You were gonna go in the car and do stuff?
Yeah, Rowan dive and get out and play with Mommy inside, eat some dinner,
Wow.
and having sit with you. What are you doing in here?
I'm creating my character so that I can play my game. I've got to choose who I'm going to be.
You are Daddy.
I am Daddy.
You play with me downstairs, that's it?
I will pretty soon. I'm going to do one more segment, okay, where I go and do the first mission. And then we're going to talk to Grandma and Granddad on the web chat. On the iPad.
On my phone?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think she's waking
And
up.
then I will come and play with you.
Okay.
Damn it, Wilson. She's not ready yet. Give her
Can
the
you
sedative.
go down and say hi to Mommy and play with her for a little
Don't
while?
try to move. Just lie still.
Thank
Try
you,
to
sweetheart.
stop.
Brain's still
Our
playing.
woman.
Brain activity is
Okay.
Stats pushing into the red zone. It's not working.
Another dose. Now.
Heart rate dropping. Stats falling back into normal range. Too close. We almost lost her.
I told you your estimates were off.
So that was my daughter, Rowan. She's great. She's 2. She's so much fun. I love hanging out with her. And she's always fascinated about what I'm doing up here.
Wake up, Commander. Shepard, do you hear me? Get out of that bed now. This facility is under attack. Shepard, your scars aren't healed, but
So we've got kind of a Captain Janeway thing going on with the look with Hattie here.
There's a pistol in the locker on the other side of the room. Hurry!
And I know a lot of people weren't a big fan, but I liked Kate Mulgrew as Janeway. I thought she did a great job. Okay, before we get into this, I am going to save and then take a quick break and be right back.